Open Space Committee, Community Preservation Act Committee at 7:07 on June 27th at Thursday. All right. We are being videoed. All right, does everybody looked at the minutes from the previous meeting? Okay. Any corrections, changes, mistakes? No?
I move we accept the minutes as distributed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seconded? All in favor? Aye. Okay.
Abstain, I was absent.
Okay.
Yeah, technically so am I.
Too late. All right, let's get into the meeting. All right, so far the fundraising has been doing well. We made $55 on Monday or Tuesday, and probably more than that today. So I guess we need to open a bank account to put that in.
I have a suggestion. When I went there Tuesday morning, the entire setup was in place. The bags were there, the bungee cords were around, so I needed nothing from this group. I think we
great.
should leave it, when we leave at the end of the day, every time we're in there, that we should leave it set up.
Ready to go. Yep. That way, first, you don't have to get there at 7 when they open.
Yeah, and we have to remember to close the covers if it's going to rain.
Yep.
We emptied out stuff today, water, out of all the barrels.
Yeah, we just poked a hole in the bottom and it drained out of the bag. So didn't have to dump it all out. Yeah, that's a good idea. All right.
Sue?
Sue, to your point, the bank account, has anybody opened a ballot,
Question?
registered as a ballot question committee?
No.
Because we need to do that as well. So I think the clerk has paperwork for that, but there's also a link on the action page that tells you more about it. So there's the question committee and there's the bank account.
Okay. I'll ask Chris. We do it Monday after I find out.
Will you be able to open up a bank account without, having any fees or anything like that charged to it?
I mean, a savings account doesn't have fees, does it?
I think you need a checking because you're going to be
Spending.
writing checks to pay for things. And there might be something, I'm just remembering this from the override committee when we worked on the library. So there are a couple details there. Not all banks, I think, have these accounts, so unless it's changed, because that was several years ago now. But we'll have to double check with that.
Which bank was it then?
I think we ended up using Savers in Uxbridge.
And they have a special account for this sort of thing?
Well,
Checking?
we should be able to figure that out from this link,
Okay.
what kind of account, or that the ballot question, the question committee account that's required by, it might be the Office of Campaign and Political Finance. I don't know. I haven't had a chance to look.
That's a big section on there.
Yeah. But I think we'll need 3 people as officers or something. So if anybody wants to volunteer for that, it's short term.
Well, I'll volunteer for being an officer since I'm sitting up here anyway. Can be the,
The pickleball club set up a checking account with 2 signatures. So that may be around. I mean, they only have 2 officers, secretary and treasurer.
Right, well, this is a ballot question committee, so it has specific parameters,
Yeah.
that's all.
Yeah.
anybody want to be an officer?
Well, we can find out and then ask.
Okay. All right. So let's see. So we have the dump again on the 16th week of the 16th, three
16th
sessions.
of July?
Yep.
Yeah.
Do we want to set up a group to do the trash
Yeah,
then?
I can still do Tuesdays. Tuesdays are not a problem,
Okay. 16.
just the work.
Yeah.
I
18.
can still do Thursday.
You want to do Thursday? Okay.
So Becky, did you find the tuna fish can in there?
I haven't even looked in the bags.
Why, did you put one in there?
That's the joke. You look for the tuna fish can.
Is there a special prize for that?
And there were glass bottles in mine.
Yeah. People can't read. You see things, all sorts of things in the dumpster, so,
Well, they can't read, so we give them more things to read.
yeah. Yeah. All right, 20. We'll see. Pick up.
Saturday's going to be a problem in terms of getting bottles and cans out, because you're going to be buried with people depositing cans.
Because it's after, no, but this is before the
If you
4th
had
of
4
July.
big bags, you'll have 10. I filled the
Gordon's
back of
looking
my
happy.
pickup truck with
I got the whole day, you
Yep,
know?
yep,
I got no place to be.
yep.
I can just keep going back and forth, back and forth.
Sounds good.
No big deal.
All right, yep. Let's see. So basically, the week after that, like the beginning of July, the Saturday, we should be at the dump with our cheat sheets and our petitions. We have July and August. That's it. So, anybody up for the dump the week after, or this be July?
Saturday the 20th.
So before we do that, which
Yeah.
is a very limited audience, you could take one and pass it around. We need to look at how best to collect these signatures, and is this sheet final? The petition? Mm-hmm. Okay, so there's 27 spaces on these.
Right.
Okay? And so if we start with the goal of 600 certified signatures, that means we need, what, 300 signatures a month, right, July and August. And so that basically breaks down to 10 signatures a day, shared among us. But what we need to do is, so I did this real quick, what we need to do to start is visualize, make a list of your circle, the people you know. Get them first. Figure out who you know, who do they know, and sort of map it out like a tree on a piece of paper that says, okay, these are the people that are pretty much gold for me. So that way we get them done, and you know you're secure in tapping those people. So make a list, plan to get them all to sign. Yes, we need the cheat sheet. That'll be discussed, I guess, in a bit. But the other thing is to buddy up for the other universe, right? That's not your friends, not your family. People, we've got, I think, over 6,000 registered voters in town. And so there's plenty of folks out there that we can reach out to. But in this, I really want people to buddy up, to team up. Make sure there's 2 of you. If you go to the transfer station, there needs to be 2 of you. If you go to the post office, there needs to be 2 of you. And it's got to be high traffic. You know, if the transfer station isn't doing anything much at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, get out of there. So, also people are driving out. I think you're going to have to try it out at the transfer station. Whereas if you have a clipboard down at the post office, it's easier to approach people. But the transfer station, they're,
Zooming in and zooming out, stand back.
and so we have to read the crowd, right? We have to take the temperature of what's good and what might be problematic. So first and foremost, you're going to ask people, are they registered to vote in Douglas? If they're not registered to vote in Douglas, say thanks and bye. Okay, because they can't help us. So don't engage with them, don't engage with folks who want to argue, it's just not worth it. If a person's already signed it, which gets more common as we go further on, just let them go. Hopefully we'll catch them some other way if they haven't already signed it. Always thank a person who signs. Recruit interested voters to join us. Okay, we'll need more volunteers as we go forward. This has to grow. Get yourself a clipboard, so you always have a clipboard and it's ready to head out the door with you. So it has a couple petitions and it has the cheat sheet or the lit or whatever we're gonna do. Okay? Make sure you have plenty of pens. And then, unless somebody else wants to do it, I'll volunteer to take the tally every Thursday by 3 p.m. You can call me or text me. I will keep a spreadsheet. I can share that, but it won't be anything that you can input data yourself. All right? You can see it, but you won't be able to change it. So this way, we know after a week what we've done. After a month, where we're at. We can take a temperature reading and say, okay, we got to double up, or we're doing really well, let's keep moving forward that way. Or we need to recruit more people, et cetera, et cetera. Yep.
Do we save all the petitions that turn them in all at once? What's the procedure for that?
That's a good question. I'm going to double check, but what I'd like to do is, at the end of July, I'd like to turn in what we have.
Yep, it'll overwhelm them to be going through so
Right.
many of them.
Right, because that way we also see the rate of signatures to failures, because they have to certify that, that we are not padding our petitions with people from Rhode Island or something.
Oh. Stands outside Ballum Lake.
And so if you see, on one thing here is that it says, please write as legibly as possible, but you're still going to have people who like think that they're signing checks for the bank or whatever. And if it looks really bad, ask them to print, or even you can ask them, what's your name? And spell it for me, so that is less likely to be kicked out. You can do that. But when your signatures are on here and everything, don't let anybody mark it up. Don't let random somebody start doodling on it. Try to keep it as pristine as possible, because that matters. So I'm thinking every Thursday at 3 p.m. If we get the info in, then we can, if we have a meeting like this evening, we can say, okay, here's what our status is, and we can also plan for the weekend. We can say, okay, we need to make a big push because we know something's going on, we need to really get out there. Or we need to look at this neighborhood, let's go door to door together. Something like that. Okay? So, and the transfer station, again, that's fine, we gotta give it a try, but if we're there for an hour and only get 5 signatures, we have to reevaluate that.
Sit down at the ice cream lady on a warm night.
Yeah?
Yep, just pull up with a banana split and a
Do you have to have
clipboard.
permission to do that?
So, that's what I was gonna
Yeah,
suggest.
No.
no,
You don't?
No, it's on private property, and you should, as a courtesy, go and ask. Most time, people won't have a problem, but even depending on the configuration of a big supermarket mall, they can deny you if it's private property, if it's not shared property. So then there's also the thing of, should we go to Hannaford or should we go to Market Basket? Try that, but your odds are,
yeah, it's like 10 towns hitting.
yeah, so it's better just to go door to door at some point. But you should always ask and see if you can have permission to do that. Most of the time, they don't mind. So, again, that's 300 signatures a month. Basically, it averages out to 10 a day. We need 23 full sheets to reach our goal. And if somebody signs and you find out, that they're from another town, or if they make if they're from another town, just let them go. If they're a Douglas voter and they make a mistake when they're writing, just have them use the next line, just to make sure we capture those people. Okay? So we just need the lit and we're off to the races, so.
Okay, and I have plenty of, does everybody have a petition form and sign, so I can make more
I do
copies?
not.
Okay.
Do they collect signatures at the library,
It's a public, outside the library, it's a public place.
but
Yep.
not inside?
I don't know about inside. I think it's mostly when they're walking, people are walking in.
You didn't do that two-sided, huh?
They should be two-sided.
Yeah, that's not done two-sided.
Oh,
Two-sided, really?
Yeah. Like I gave you?
None of them are two-sided, yeah. The ones you gave me, I guess, are.
Yeah. That's how I printed them.
Are they?
yeah, because
Can you send it to me and I can just print it myself?
do we need some more?
This one I printed out two-sided, so
I do,
I've got
but I can
one.
take copies at home too, if I have.
Does that machine in there do
Aren't.
two-sided?
I don't know. Yeah, it does. It does. So, yeah, but then we still need more two-sided, just the petition, just the signature. We're going to need a lot of empties of just these, this side, for additional. So,
I think they all have to have this on it.
they do?
That's how I've always
Yeah.
gotten it from the
Okay.
mail and stuff.
That's good to know.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
never seen anything, any petition I've ever seen has always been,
It has,
Yeah.
yeah, not
Like
just an
that.
empty sheet, okay.
right.
Yeah. All right, I'll make,
There's nothing really to tie it together.
I can make a
Right.
bunch of these before we go.
And they could say that, I didn't know what I was signing.
Right,
Right.
no, that's a good point. I didn't get that far in my brain.
Yeah, it says, before signing, read information on reverse side.
Okay.
So
Scrap paper.
what we're asking them to do is to sign the paper, which allows us to get it on a ballot for a vote. We aren't asking them to take sides, we aren't
Right.
asking them to vote, we aren't asking anything except we need your signature to
Just get it
allow the
on the-
town people to vote.
Yeah,
Yep,
right,
good point.
yeah. Yeah,
Can we load those on the drawer and copy the second side? Not that it's probably worth the time, but.
If you know how to put it in the drawer properly, so it'll come out on the right side.
I can experiment.
okay.
So,
All right.
Do you have a half-page cheat sheet yet?
No,
We don't. Okay. Tomorrow?
Yeah, we need that, like,
yeah. Yep, we're gonna get, all right.
So is there enough on this petition that we can just modify, the space issue, that we can just modify this into a half page?
This petition?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, just to boil it down into an information sheet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I would think so.
Does it talk about the purposes of the CPA?
yeah,
I thought it was just a universal sign sheet for anything.
no,
No, read the third paragraph.
So we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, the second paragraph tells all what it's all about, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could just underline some of the things that are important and
Well-
put them on the half sheet.
Okay. All right, thank you.
So we'll take that, I can draft something, I'll put some bullet points out there. We need a contact, like if somebody wants to be involved or needs more information or something like that, maybe we should have this would be that you would have on your person to be able to talk to people.
I don't mind being a contact.
Okay. That we're aiming for the general election November 5th, and that we need their signature to put it on the ballot. And the points about what the funds would go for. If you go too deep into the weeds, people start to
Yep.
drift away.
Keep it simple.
So you don't want to do anything about what? I was thinking of adding some of the information from the open space and recreation plan of a survey of how it was rated, what people had voted that they wanted to preserve in town. Or would that make a difference?
I think we should have both. I think you should do, if you could do one about the survey from the open space and recreation plan, and I'll do the one about the points, so that if we're talking to people, we can say, okay, here are the mechanics of what we're needing to do, and this is the reason why we're doing it. Does that make sense?
Yep, survey, yep, okay.
So we can say to people, this is based on something where we've collected data in the past. And this is why we're doing it. And this is the benefit to you, and this is the deadline.
So we know about Ann Mazar. Do we know about the person in Shrewsbury?
I don't know the person.
Supposed to be another star.
No. Well, the website has great stuff on it too. Get people, get people excited, get people motivated.
Could, on the bullet sheet, could you put like a QR code to the website so people could, is this something you're handing out or just something you're reading off of?
This is something you'd have with you to be
That we
able to
could read off of.
yeah.
Okay.
To communicate to people. But I don't know what the status of the QR code is. Can we figure it?
What's it going to be traced to, you know?
Well, I think if we can get started with this, but we talked about the QR code
Yeah.
a couple of meetings ago, and that would be great.
It's just something so easy because people always have their phones, they snap the picture and it takes them to a website.
When they'll have the time to look at it.
Right.
So we don't- We have we don't have a website specifically for the CPA.
Yes.
Yeah.
It could go to the open space website, right?
I don't think so.
No?
If it was done, it could, but because this is
Right, not town thing yet.
campaigning for it, it can't go, I don't think it can go on it.
Or any other town
Right.
thing. I could ask Chase Mack.
But can we have a Facebook page and put a QR code on a Facebook page?
I mean,
Or is that redundant?
I don't think that would work, you could put a link on a Facebook page, but you couldn't put a QR code because people would be
Already on?
already on there.
I've often wondered, I come up to a QR code and say, well, how do I scan it? Because it's on the phone, it's on the device
Yeah.
I'm using to go there.
Yeah, but if it was on your device, so maybe we should make the
Link
cheat
it.
sheet readable on your device. And if it was on that, couldn't you then scan it from my phone?
Yes, if you had it on your device, yes.
I don't know.
Or if we had a printed paper, you could always have the QR code on your paper.
Right, but where does the
And
Q,
then-
all right, that's,
Yeah,
yeah.
well-
We're stuck with that. Where does the QR code go?
Yeah.
Okay.
We would have to have like a link, something. Something. Some kind of information sheet somewhere.
Can you work on that? See if you can, see if there's a workaround?
Yeah, I can try and figure something out. Wonder, yeah.
Okay, that would be great.
So we'll go, yeah, transfer station, adult social center, different places to hit as well as neighbors and friends and stuff. Okay. Social media, that's, Christie was,
That's me.
yeah.
So, and how am I doing social media? Am I doing it like, I mean, on mine, I don't have everybody in town, so am I creating a new page just for this?
I'm not
Douglas.
at all adept in social media.
I can post in there. I know we actually have like 3 different Douglas sites moderated by different people, so I think I'm on all of them.
Yeah.
That's why start another one, just go where
Go and
people are.
share information on those
Yes.
ones? Okay, we can do that.
Like the cheat sheet, you could post a bullet every couple days.
Yeah.
Did you know type of thing or something, I don't know. But you could do that. And then, I think there's maybe some graphics and stuff on that CPA website that maybe we could modify to be able to post to.
Okay. I can, I'll get on that website. I'll try and get like a Word document so I can send it to see and have like ideas of, yeah.
So it'd be nice to have like a little sheet of paper that we could hang places in the stores and the library and,
Flyers and stuff.
yeah.
Flyers. I did get in touch with Diane. So for 1,000 color copies one side, it's $228. For black and white, $88.
Is it a postcard, Becky, or
No, this is 8.5 by 11
a paper flyer?
paper.
Okay.
Yeah, you could do with, set it up so it's like half, cut it in half so you end up with 2 mini flyers.
That's a big difference between the two, the color, and the color will really attract your attention. But we also want to save some money for signs and stuff like that.
What was the difference in cost?
$228 for color, $88 for black and white. Maybe you could do it black and white and put it on color paper.
Yep,
That would draw your attention to it.
yeah, that would be, I don't know, make a tree on it or something to make it just grab your interest rather than just, you know,
Well, they have the
Type.
neon colored paper now, too.
Yes.
That would really pop.
It's a light colored one so you don't lose the print.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to supply the PDF to her to print it.
Okay. Do we have Do we have a logo?
On the logo.
Her sister was doing one.
So I did have my sister draft up a logo. Join here for a
You
moment.
can start it. Oh, I don't need.
Yeah, I can actually, I'll pass it around too, but I had her like take the little drawing you did and the one that I did with the AI, and so if you want to,
I think that's
if you
pretty.
want to pass it around, just tap it every now and again so it doesn't shut off, but it's more simplified than the one I did with AI, and she added your bicycle person that you had in your little drawing there, so. And she said she can change the wording, like if we wanted it to say something different, but I didn't know if we had like a particular thing that we wanted to go on.
Community Preservation Act.
Yeah, yeah. Or if we wanted to change the tagline, but. Yep. She did it color, but I suppose we could also just print it black and white and it would probably still show up pretty well.
It's pretty nice in color.
Big car stickers on.
Yeah, there you go.
I like it.
I like it too. I'm not sure how it would do in black and white. I'd
Right,
like to
it's
see
so
it
pretty
first.
in color.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty colors.
So I
Do
have a
something
laser
stickers for
printer.
car, Sell them for a buck or two.
Yeah, those decals.
Yeah. Thought.
Or there's some
Nice and simple.
sticker maker online. Yeah.
She did a nice job.
Oh, thanks.
What's her name?
I'll let her know. Jessica?
Jessica.
Thanks.
All right, critic over here.
Yeah,
He's renewed
Nice
after
job.
vacation.
But here's the question.
okay.
You showed a building on there.
Mhm.
And part of the CPA is restoring historic buildings, if they are labeled historic, one might add, which the old grammar school is not, just for information.
What says it's not historic? Because Historic Commission talks about that all the time. So I don't think it's not historic.
It is not a registered historic building.
With the Mass Historic Society.
What's that?
Well, that's
Historic.
because
Federal.
they're
That's
still
federal.
working on the district, so.
Next store is federal.
We're actually still choosing buildings for the district for East Douglas. So
All right,
if it's
so-
not officially historic now, based on it not being on Mass Historic's website,
You
which
showed on there a
I'm
building.
not sure it's not.
There are other aspects of CPA which are not on there. There's a guy riding a bicycle that has nothing to do with CPA.
Okay, well, that was Sue's idea last time. So that's why I added the guy on the bicycle. He was representing recreation, I believe. Wasn't that the idea? He was recreation. He was enjoying his environment.
Maybe if you showed somebody hiking instead of on the bike,
Yeah.
I would then know what it meant.
Well, I don't know. Sue picked a bicyclist and
Yeah.
I stuck it in there,
As I said, I'm
so.
being the critic. And there was another piece of it, which was the education learning is not on there.
And affordable housing? Well, I guess you could think that building in the middle
Building
is
could be
historic or
affordable
affordable housing. That could be one of our converted mill buildings, who knows?
So it cannot contain everything we want it to.
Right.
But does the design basically convey preservation of a community? I guess that's the question.
Right.
Yeah, you've got one building, open space around it, somebody enjoying the open space. It's not crowded with no greenery in it.
But it conveys that it's a community, right? So,
And I think we probably just want something that's like recognizable, that,
Catchy,
you know,
yeah.
people will recognize and say, oh yeah, that's the CPA thing, you know?
And this is
like-
just a logo, it's not like a
Right,
multimedia
commitment.
presentation.
Right.
You can only fit so much on that circle.
Understand, understand.
And there's people that are always going to say, well, what, does this mean more bike trails?
Right, right.
Does this just cover public owned properties, or does this also cover privately owned properties?
Private, too.
I think it's private if it has a public function. Like the Jenk store is a museum, so it has a public function even though it's privately owned. But again, the final decision is up to a committee of people who are making those decisions for every cycle.
Right, and people do get to vote, right?
The committee votes.
Yeah.
Then it
The
has to
town
go to the
doesn't vote on
town.
everything.
Yeah, doesn't it have to go to the town?
Yes.
The committee decides?
Yes, especially if it's a purchase, like if it's a land purchase or it's a grant and things like, a grant has to eventually go to town meeting.
Because I do think that's a huge aspect in this. It's like letting people know that even if they sign that paper and it gets voted in, ultimately, they still have a say once
Right.
it's voted in, what is done with this money. So they're not just paying taxes and somebody else gets to decide. You know?
Right.
Right, because they have to
Good
vote
point.
on every single
Right.
item that is dispersed from that fund.
That the
Right.
committee recommends.
Correct.
Yeah.
Which I
Very
think
cool.
it's a good touch point.
Right?
But back to the logo. We're good with it, or?
I like it.
I think it's cute, I like it.
I do like it.
Okay. And like I
see a
said, she
little
said we
water-
can change like the,
water in it.
yeah, there's a river in there in the middle, so
Yeah.
I'll actually, I'll put it on and just hold it up so everybody can
Yeah,
see it
that
again.
looks pretty
They're
good.
biking
Kind of
down the
like a
river.
little-
That makes,
It's got like a little sunburst behind the
I'll put that on my
building and
car.
the guy's pedaling along the river, I don't know.
Would you?
But
stickers.
Yeah.
So can she give it to us in a couple different formats?
Like what kind would you want? Like what do you need? Because I sent like she basically sent me two, I want to say, like JPEGs of it or something.
Yes.
So
JPEG's fine.
she gave me like one with the background, one without, so you could use it on like a, so it's kind of, the background is clear, so whatever you
Right.
print it on. So she sent me those two, and I gave them to Sue, but I can also email them to you. I probably have your email, and then you guys can, use it on whatever you need it for.
And to Becky, because I think.
Oh,
yeah,
okay. I'll make sure I have your email, because you're probably on the group thread.
Yes.
Maybe, okay.
Yeah, I think a JPEG is probably enough for right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably.
And then if you do like a Facebook page for it, you could always use that as your profile
Yeah,
picture, because,
see, I think that's a good idea.
yeah.
If it has its own Facebook page.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think that would be good, rather than like having, oh, thank you so much.
Having like one person.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right,
I think so too.
Who's Christy Turgeon?
right. And it also would, direct people toward like a group page where like they might
Yeah.
want to follow it and follow what's going on with it, or
Ask
rather than,
questions.
right, rather than having an
Yep.
individual person have to answer everything. So
Yep.
you could probably do a Facebook page and do a couple admins, so like,
Yeah.
you could,
So we could call for
Have backup.
volunteers and things like that from there.
yeah.
Yep,
Right.
absolutely.
And you'd already have your profile picture.
Yep.
Cool.
And
People are
so,
always nosy.
do we
around.
have a separate email address, or would I create one, do you think? Like, create one?
If
something,
we
something
don't
at
have one,
gmail.com?
someone
Because I think for-
probably should make
To make a
one.
Facebook page, I
Yeah.
think it would need its
Right.
own email, right?
I think so, yeah. We should probably maybe make one. I
Okay.
don't know how anyone else feels about it, but
Can you just,
it'd probably be a good way to have people be able to reach you too, like, if they had a
Make one on
question or,
Gmail.
yeah,
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 Yeah, it's just something
Douglas
that makes
CPA or
sense to you,
something.
yeah.
Douglas.
Something
Mass
simple.
CPA. Yeah, I can do that. Do it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like that.
all right. Ooh, that helps.
How much
Now-
is she going to charge us?
Well, actually, I paid her $50 for it out of my pocket, but she normally charges $50 an hour, and she told me it took her like 3 hours to do that. So I was like, okay, but I'll give you $50. So she gave me the family discount. But, I don't know if you guys needed anything else from her. Like, I know you want to do flyers and lawn signs and whatnot, but like, I know she probably doesn't want to work for free, so.
Yep, no, that's-
But anyway, at least hopefully this helps.
We'll pay her. I'll put you in the book.
Right, right.
Got those decals for $25.
Yeah,
Yeah, up and $2.
But I don't know,
Buy them.
I didn't know how that worked anyway, so I paid her for her efforts to
Yep.
help me out.
Thank you.
because- Since I didn't know what I was doing with the AI, I'm like, no, I really need a graphics person, because I was like trying to do it on AI, and like, it wasn't getting what I wanted.
Everybody make sure that you get a receipt for what you spend. If you take it out of your pocket, because it adds up.
Yeah, we can return our bungees, but might as well wait till, see if we end up needing them or something like that at the end. Towards the end. It'd be nice to get another dump date as well, maybe, in the future.
Another what?
Another date to pick up cans.
Yeah, I just made a note that
Yeah.
I think needs to happen, maybe 2 more.
Yeah, it would be nice just to cover the signs. I think we could make, I have so much wood around, I could easily make little signs that say CPA, yes, and just bang them in here and there throughout
We'll make
town.
them rustic, we'll make them out of logs. We can each have a hand-painted log right, in our front lawn.
My husband troll around the area there, pick up all the cans by the side of the road.
Yeah, they'll be picked up just like the scenic roads.
Right,
will
right,
disappear.
there you go, right? Yep.
Yeah, all right. Let's see, so I guess, yeah, should we get some signs made, or we can look at the signs from the other towns that have been made.
So the signs
Some
for,
ideas.
What, lawn signs?
Yeah,
for when?
I guess probably after we get maybe we don't need them until August. Because that's,
You want to make sure
When-
you're on the ballot before
Yeah,
Right.
you
first.
There you go.
Want a sign?
That's
Yep.
pretty clear.
did you make that?
Did I make it? No.
Where'd you get it?
Our local sign maker made it. And if you want 50 of them, 48 of them, $8 a piece.
Okay, well,
Which
It's pretty
is
clear and to the point, anyway,
Pretty cheap, I think.
right? And at least it's got a catchy color, it's got the red.
So 48 of them would be about $400.
I didn't, on the information, there was also a link to Grassroots Foundation. I didn't get on that, to look on that, because they said they do grants for
you
things
think
like this.
Yes, I saw, okay.
I don't know how involved it is.
Do you think we should put the signs out before August?
Before what?
August. The end of
Because people
August.
would know what,
Right.
Yeah,
Just
I think
wait,
maybe
yeah.
after we get it on the
Yeah.
ballot.
Yeah.
Makes more sense.
So they can wait till then?
that's stage 2.
Right.
Yeah, what's the turnaround from order to service?
So what?
The turnaround for ordering it to deliver it?
Fast,
For
a couple of weeks.
for
Are you gonna send that
48 of
JPEG?
Yeah, I can send it to you too, yeah.
Okay.
I'll put it in the.
I don't know what we decided to do, but my thinking on it was, we want lots of discussion, because I think discussion leads to signatures. That's just my
Right.
reaction to it.
Right, they want to know what they are going to be
What
voting
does
for.
CPA mean is the
Right.
question that I got up at the transfer station. What does it mean?
Right, right. Yeah, that's what I got a call from somebody that said, I put a letter to the editor in, and she's like, well, what is it, And it's like, well, read it, but, and she's like, open space? I'm like, yeah. That's all she cared about. Everybody's got their own little thing that they want.
Did she sign up to help us?
Patty? Winch? Nope. No,
Recruit.
right. Yeah, I mean, she
It's-
has friends that she can call and stuff, yeah.
The other thing to remember is ABC. Anybody know what ABC means? Stands for?
Always be cool.
Alcoholic beverage
Close.
commission?
Always be cool.
Anybody ever see Glengarry, Glenn Ross, the movie? Sales. So it's very close. Always be closing. Closing. Closing here means getting the signature.
Mhm.
Always be going after that signature.
Right.
Yeah.
Always be closing. Cool. All right, I'll work on a half sheet with the bullets, and Becky will work on the other half, and then signs are phase 2.
Yeah.
Who remembers the old Burma shave signs?
Those are awesome.
The what
Yeah,
sign?
Sign.
Yep. The message as you went by.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I
we
think
could,
that would
we
be
could,
kind of cool.
we could create some of those.
Yes.
Yeah.
To have someone that's innovative, thinking short and sweet things to catch. Those are pretty cool. I'm dating
Yep.
myself. Or maybe I'm dating my knowledge.
Phase 2. All right. Yep, and the website, I guess, I thought Scott would come tonight. I did bring him some grape leaves.
He didn't show.
He messed up. Sorry,
He's
Scott.
fired.
Yeah. But, yeah, he loved the website that Northbridge had. So, you can look at that and see what's,
Bless you.
Had it. See, I'm not
I'm
a,
allergic to the meeting.
no.
So the website is sort of, I mean, right now we have to focus on signatures.
Right.
And the website is maybe also in phase 2, where you're pushing more for information about the CPA versus just grabbing someone's signature. And you're trying to educate everybody as to why they need to vote yes.
it's like we have 2 months to get the signature and 2 months to
Right.
get everybody to vote for it. Yeah. Yeah. Is, Sarah, did you guys put the Ann Mazur's thing on cable?
You know, that I'm not sure, only because I haven't watched it, so
Yeah.
I can check with Pat and see, because he told me he would try to squeeze it in, and I'm not sure,
Okay.
you know, if he did. So, yeah, I'll reach out to him and find out if it's airing.
Okay, thanks. All right. I guess, yeah, we were talking about how showing things from the past, like before and after photos of projects that have been successful and things like that. So, I mean, on the cheat sheet, you could say, you know, look at what they did in Northbridge with Castle Hill, or come up with some examples when you go out to get the signatures. I don't know if I have any before and after. Right. Yep, and there's, like, the website is, again, very good. Community Preservation Coalition, for any ideas.
So do we need to schedule a next meeting?
Yep, and I'm going to try to hit the Conservation and Planning Board meetings in July. So, next. Well, we should hit the dump. Now, Dick thought 3 people at the dump would be the best, just to have someone around just to answer the questions, like a greeter, a signer, and a question, like get the car over to the side and answer their questions or whatever. So,
You know, when I said that no permission was required, I think if we told the guys in the shack that we were there, that we'd gain a lot of
yeah, positivity, yeah,
good strokes.
yeah, yeah. Well, how about July 11th? It's 2 weeks?
I won't be here.
No.
I have a board meeting that night.
No. We could make it another night, too. It doesn't have to be Thursdays.
I'm just one person. I'm just one
I'm not
person.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I will be here that week.
Is there a better, and should we go all the way to the 18th?
If everyone else is fine, go for it.
Yeah. All right. 11th?
At 7?
Yep.
Put it in there, I may or may not be there, but I'm always reachable.
Still the 11th.
Yep.
11th, July 11th at 7.
Yeah,
11 to 7.
7-Eleven.
Don't get mixed up now. When we
That's the
show up at
other
11.
group.
Oh, cool.
I think, on Facebook. Just have to get in there and start.
So what did you decide on
Do we want
signs?
some group feet for the group,
Well, I
or
think
you
we should
find
wait
out?
till we get it,
I think I'm gonna.
all the signatures we need, because we don't need them if we don't,
Find you
right?
guys.
I think they're great.
Okay. Gotcha.
I think everybody thought they were great. It's just that's the next phase, yeah.
They are great, we change it.
Hmm? Yeah.
And then once you're in the group, I
No.
think I can create
No, it was a good idea, I think.
moderators so other people can, but I think anyone could post in the group. So I will copy everyone's email from the group email, and I'm just gonna send the invite to the group via email. So when you click on it, you'll be able to follow the group.
Okay.
That's what
Yep.
I'll do.
And what's your email? I mean, does it come with your
So-
name, or do you?
It's gonna come with a Facebook.
Oh, okay.
It's- Yeah, 'cause it's a Facebook group, but I do have, the email is just Douglas, MACPA@gmail.
Good, okay.
Let's see if I can. The table name.
All right. Anything additional? No? Okay, I can make copies for everybody for the petition, two-sided. All right. I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Seconded?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.